Hello, everyone. Have you ever felt lost in a conversation because native speakers were talking too fast and you didn't know what to say? Don't worry. In this video, you'll hear real native speech, get clear and simple explanations, practice expressions you can actually use in daily life, and finish with a podcast review of the native speech. Through this process, you'll naturally become accustomed to the native sound. Whether you're commuting, working out, or doing chores, you can just listen and get used to the speed of real English. All right, let's jump into Native Sound Part 1.
Hi, happy Pizzamas! It has been a tough few weeks. It's been a tough year, even for my cat, and she doesn't really understand celebrity deaths or politics. She's more of a philosophy and golf kind of gal. My name is Lex, I have a YouTube channel, but more importantly, I have this cat. Her name is Felicity. She's been an indoor cat all her life. She's 9 years old and I adopted her about a month ago. She's very friendly, she likes being stroked and sitting on laps, and the other night at about 3 a.m. she decided to scoot her butt across my bedsheet. I guess it was itchy, and then I forgot and I slept on it. The sheet, not her butthole. But at this point, in terms of hygiene, there's basically no difference.
So, how was it? Were you able to catch what she was saying? Don't worry if it was hard to understand. In this audio, she used some playful expressions and spoke in a way that's common in American podcasts. That can be a little tricky if you're not used to it. Let's break it down together.
Hi, happy Pizzamas! It has been a tough few weeks.
Hi, happy Pizzamas. It has been a tough few weeks. Pizzamas is a fun, made-up holiday created by the Vlogbrothers, YouTubers Hank and John Green. They celebrate it in December with funny videos and lots of pizza. It's just for fun and often supports charity.
It's been a tough year, even for my cat, and she doesn't really understand celebrity deaths or politics.
It's been a tough year, even for my cat, and she doesn't really understand celebrity deaths or politics. The speaker is adding more emphasis, saying not just a few weeks, but the whole year has been hard. She adds humor by saying that even her cat, who doesn't understand serious human topics like celebrity deaths or politics, had a tough time. This is a funny way of showing how stressful the year has been, and also a playful way to describe her cat as calm, chill, and unaffected by the stress of the world.
She's more of a philosophy and golf kind of gal.
She is more of a philosophy and golf kind of gal. In this sentence, more of means rather or mainly. Gal is an informal word for girl or woman. So, a philosophy and golf kind of gal means a woman who enjoys or prefers things like philosophy and golf. The full phrase suggests that she's the type of person who likes calm, thoughtful activities, rather than things like politics, gossip, or drama.
My name is Lex, I have a YouTube channel, but more importantly, I have this cat. Her name is Felicity. She's been an indoor cat all her life.
My name is Lex. I have a YouTube channel, but more importantly, I have this cat. Her name is Felicity. She's been an indoor cat all her life. The speaker introduces herself as Lex and casually mentions that she has a YouTube channel, but then she says, more importantly, I have this cat, as a playful way to show that her cat is even more important to her than her online presence. Her cat's name is Felicity, and she says Felicity has been an indoor cat all her life. Here, indoor cat means a cat that stays only inside the house and does not go outside. Indoor cats are often more protected from danger and may live a calmer life compared to outdoor cats. This detail also suggests that Felicity is gentle and used to a quiet indoor life.
She's 9 years old and I adopted her about a month ago. She's very friendly, she likes being stroked and sitting on laps.
She is 9 years old and I adopted her about a month ago. She's very friendly, she likes being stroked and sitting on laps. The speaker says her cat is 9 years old, which means she's not a kitten. She's already an adult cat. She says, I adopted her, which means she took the cat home to care for her, probably from a shelter or another home. She's had her for only about 1 month. The cat is described as very friendly. She enjoys being stroked, which means she likes it when people gently pet her. She also likes sitting on laps. This means she enjoys sitting on someone's legs while they sit down, which shows she's calm and affectionate.
And the other night at about 3 a.m., she decided to scoot her butt across my bedsheet.
And the other night at about 3 a.m., she decided to scoot her butt across my bedsheet. The speaker says that one night, around 3 a.m., very late at night, her cat did something funny. She says the cat scooted her butt across the bed sheet. To scoot means to slide or drag. So this means the cat dragged her bottom across the bed. Cats and dogs sometimes do this when their bottom feels itchy or uncomfortable. It's called scooting. Since it happened on the bed, it adds a funny and slightly disgusting image, used here for humor.
I guess it was itchy, and then I forgot, and I slept on it, the sheet, not her butthole. But at this point, in terms of hygiene, there's basically no difference.
I guess it was itchy, and then I forgot, and I slept on it, the sheet, not her butthole. But at this point, in terms of hygiene, there's basically no difference. The speaker is telling a funny and a little gross story about her cat. She says, I guess it was itchy, meaning she thinks the cat's bottom was uncomfortable. That's probably why the cat scooted across the bed sheet. Later, she says she forgot it happened and then accidentally slept on the same sheet. When she says the sheet, not her butthole, it's a joke to make things clear. She didn't sleep on the cat, just the sheet. But she says it in a funny and dramatic way to make people laugh. Finally, she adds, but at this point, in terms of hygiene, there's basically no difference. This means, even though she technically didn't sleep on the cat's butt, the sheet was dirty, so it feels just as bad. It's an exaggerated, humorous way to describe the situation as gross, disgusting, but funny. All right, now that you've heard the explanation, let's listen to the native sound one more time and then use it to create some sentences you can apply in everyday life.
Hi, happy Pizzamas! It has been a tough few weeks. I mean, it's been a tough year, even for my cat, and she doesn't really understand celebrity deaths or politics. She's more of a philosophy and golf kind of gal. My name is Lex, I have a YouTube channel, but more importantly, I have this cat. Her name is Felicity. She's been an indoor cat all her life. She's 9 years old and I adopted her about a month ago. She's very friendly, she likes being stroked and sitting on laps, and the other night at about 3 a.m. she decided to scoot her butt across my bedsheet. I guess it was itchy, and then I forgot, and I slept on it, the sheet, not her butthole. But at this point, in terms of hygiene, there's basically no difference.
All right. This time, let's take 5 key expressions from the native sound and make some sentences we can actually use in everyday life. The first expression is more of. In the script, we heard she is more of a philosophy and golf kind of gal. Here, more of means closer to this type or having more of this tendency. For example, if you want to say I'm a morning person, in English you can say, I'm more of a morning person. Or if you want to say I like coffee more, you can say I'm more of a coffee person. I'll say each sentence 3 times. Don't worry, you can simply listen or feel free to repeat with me. Let's practice together. I'm more of a morning person. I'm more of a morning person. I'm more of a morning person. I'm more of a coffee person. I'm more of a coffee person. I'm more of a coffee person. Very good. Now the second expression is indoor cat. In the script, it was, she's been an indoor cat all her life. That means the cat has lived inside the house her whole life. But you can also apply this to people. If you want to say, I'm someone who likes staying at home, you can say, I'm kind of an indoor person. On the other hand, if you want to say, I like being outside, you can say, I'm more of an outdoor person. I'll go through each sentence 3 times. You don't have to be perfect, just give it a try with me. Let's practice together. I'm kind of an indoor person. I'm kind of an indoor person. I'm kind of an indoor person. I'm more of an outdoor person. I'm more of an outdoor person. I'm more of an outdoor person. Well done. Now let's move on to the third expression, adopted. In the script, we heard I adopted her about a month ago, which meant the speaker brought the cat into his home about a month ago. Adopt means to take in or accept, and it can be used not only for animals but also for people or even systems. For example, we adopted a dog last year means we brought a dog into our family last year. In a business context, we adopted a new system means we started using a new system. I'll say each sentence 3 times. Feel free to listen first, then jump in and repeat after me. Here we go. We adopted a dog last year. We adopted a dog last year. We adopted a dog last year. We adopted a new system. We adopted a new system. We adopted a new system. Now for the fourth expression. Remember the line she decided to scoot her butt across my bedsheet? The key word here is scoot. Scoot means to move something quickly or to slide over. In the story, it was about the cat dragging her bottom, but in daily life, it's often used to ask someone to move over. For example, can you scoot over so I can sit means, can you move to the side so I can sit down? Let's try saying it 3 times together. Can you scoot over so I can sit? Can you scoot over so I can sit? Can you scoot over so I can sit? Perfect. Now the 5th and final expression is itchy. In the script, it was used when the cat's bottom felt itchy. Itchy usually means to feel itchy on the skin, but it can also be used metaphorically to mean you are eager or restless to do something. For example, I'm itchy to travel again means I really want to travel again. Let's practice this sentence 3 times together. I'm itchy to travel again. I'm itchy to travel again. I'm itchy to travel again. Let's review the 5 expressions we learned today. First, more of. Second, indoor cat. Third, adopted. Fourth, scoot. And 5th, itchy. They all came from a funny story about a cat. But as you can see, you can use these expressions naturally in daily conversations or even in professional situations. Now, let's listen to the native sound one more time, and then wrap up part 1 with a podcast review.
Hi, happy Pizzamas! It has been a tough few weeks. I mean, it's been a tough year, even for my cat, and she doesn't really understand celebrity deaths or politics. She's more of a philosophy and golf kind of gal. My name is Lex, I have a YouTube channel, but more importantly, I have this cat. Her name is Felicity. She's been an indoor cat all her life. She's 9 years old and I adopted her about a month ago. She's very friendly, she likes being stroked and sitting on laps, and the other night at about 3 a.m. she decided to scoot her butt across my bedsheet. I guess it was itchy, and then I forgot and I slept on it, the sheet, not her butthole. But at this point, in terms of hygiene, there's basically no difference.
Now, let's listen to how the podcasters interpret and talk about this native audio clip.
Today, we're jumping into native English, specifically those really fast conversational bits you often hear, maybe in podcasts or just everyday chat.
Right. And our mission, so to speak, is to unpack one of those clips. We want to give you the tools to really get all the details, even when it's super quick.
Yeah, exactly. We're using this fun, pretty casual audio clip. It's about a cat, actually.
From a YouTuber named Lex, yeah, featuring Felicity the cat.
So get ready, hopefully, for some aha moments about how people really talk.
And what's great about this clip is, well, it throws you right in. It's pure, informal, kind of community-specific English.
It really shows how much isn't just words, but, context and humor.
Shared stuff. Absolutely.
Okay, so let's dig in. The very first thing she says is Happy Pizzamas.
Pizzamas, right.
Now, if you haven't heard that, you're probably thinking, what is that? It sounds totally made up.
And, well, it is. It's this playful, invented holiday.
Created by Hank and John Green, right?
Yeah.
The YouTubers. Often tied to charity stuff.
Exactly. And it immediately tells you something important about language. It's dynamic. Communities create their own little touchstones.
It's not always in the dictionary.
Not at all. Understanding these, fleeting references, that's key. It's about cultural listening, really.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so next, Lex says, it's been a tough few weeks. I mean, it's been a tough year, even for my cat.
Ah, yeah. You hear that little self-correction? From weeks to year.
Right, kind of amps up the stress level she's conveying. But then the joke.
The cat part.
Yeah, the cat's having a tough year because, and she says this, Felicity doesn't really understand celebrity deaths or politics.
Which is just perfect. It lands because of the contrast, right?
So.
Well, we all kind of know cats are, gloriously oblivious to human drama, politics, celebrity gossip. That's our stuff, not theirs.
So the humor is putting the cat in that drama.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Including the cat in the shared human suffering, even though it makes no sense. It plays on that absurdity.
It really makes you think how much humor relies on stuff we all just kind of know without saying.
A lot. It raises that question, doesn't it? How often do you understand the words, but maybe miss the cultural wink behind the joke?
Good point. Okay, then she describes Felicity more. She is more of a philosophy and golf kind of gal.
More of a, that's common, just means rather or mainly.
Yeah.
She prefers those things, hypothetically.
And gal, it's informal for girl or woman, obviously, but what's the feel of using gal there?
It's friendly, casual, gives it a certain warmth, maybe a bit folksy. It just makes the cat sound approachable, kind of chill.
Especially paired with philosophy and golf, right? It paints this picture of a very calm, maybe slightly quirky cat.
Yeah, cool cat.
And right after that, Lex says, more importantly, I have this cat.
Classic bit of humor there.
Yeah, totally playing to the pet owner thing. Like, my cat is more important than my entire YouTube channel. It shows huge affection, but playfully.
Definitely. And she adds context, like Felicity's an indoor cat, lives inside.
Suggests she's maybe gentle, protected, and that Lex adopted her, took her in.
Right, giving her a home. And that she likes being stroked, just simple petting.
All these little details together, they just paint this really clear picture, don't they? Pampered cat, loved cat.
Yeah, it's efficient language. You get the character, the bond, really quickly. No fancy words needed.
Okay, then we get maybe the most vivid image. She decided to scoot her butt across my bedsheet.
Ah, the scoot, yes.
The scoot is like slide or drag, right?
Yeah.
And it's a cat thing. Often means their rear end is itchy or something.
It's funny, a little gross, but so relatable if you've had cats.
And this sets up the final punchline. Lex clarifies.
The sheet, not her butthole, which is, obvious.
But then she immediately follows with, but at this point, in terms of hygiene, there's basically no difference.
And that's just perfect dry humor. State the obvious, then exaggerate wildly. It's the deadpan delivery of that absurd thought.
Playing on that slightly uncomfortable kind of gross reality.
It's very funny because it's so unexpected and blunt. Great timing.
So wrapping this up, what does this short clip show us? What's the takeaway for you listening?
Well, we've just peeled back layers on a few seconds of casual chat. Humor, those cultural nods, common phrases, they're all packed in.
It's really not just about knowing the dictionary definition of words.
Not at all. It's about context, tone, shared understanding, that whole cultural fabric.
So the bigger picture here is that really getting conversational English means engaging with all that stuff, the inside jokes, the unspoken cues.
Exactly. So keep listening for those moments. The times you understand the words, technically, but you feel like you're maybe missing something, the joke, the reference.
Because that's where the deep learning happens.
That's where you go from just understanding sentences to truly understanding people. That's how you become genuinely well-informed.
All right, let's move on to the second audio clip. Just like before, we'll listen to the native sound, go through a simple explanation, practice using it in real life, and then wrap up with a podcast review.
There are a lot of great things about owning a cat. Great for me. Selfish. She gives me a sense of routine and purpose. She makes me responsible for someone other than myself, which in turn makes me more responsible for myself because I have to remember to do things like clean up my living space and not leave old food just on the ground. She really relaxes me. A cat is basically like a furry hot water bottle with a face. If you picture that literally, it's not very relaxing. I mean, also she's just so cute. Oh my god, it's physically painful. Please make her leave the room. My cat gets stuff out of this too. Food, shelter, water, the power trio.
How was it? Not easy, right? There are quite a few metaphors and casual expressions in that short clip, but don't worry, let's break it down together, step by step. This is a great example of native, everyday English, natural, emotional, and full of personality. Let's explore the key phrases to help you understand and enjoy it more deeply.
There are a lot of great things about owning a cat. Great for me. Selfish.
There are a lot of great things about owning a cat. Great for me. Selfish. This starts with a simple, clear statement. Owning a cat has many benefits. But when she follows it up with great for me, selfish, it adds a humorous twist. She's being honest in a playful way, admitting that these so-called great things are really just benefits for herself. Calling it selfish makes it fun and self-aware.
She gives me a sense of routine and purpose.
She gives me a sense of routine and purpose. This means the cat helps her have a regular daily schedule, routine, and a reason to do things, purpose. For example, because she has to feed the cat or clean up after her, she has things to do every day, and that makes her feel more organized and motivated.
She makes me responsible for someone other than myself.
Someone other than myself means another person or living being who is not me. In this case, it refers to the cat. So when she says, she makes me responsible for someone other than myself, she means, I'm not just taking care of me anymore, I also have to take care of my cat.
Which in turn makes me more responsible for myself.
Which in turn makes me more responsible for myself means, as a result, I also start taking better care of myself. So the full meaning is, because I take care of my cat, that causes me to also be more responsible in my own life, like cleaning, remembering tasks, and being more organized. In turn is a phrase that means as a next step or as a result of that.
because I have to remember to do things like clean up my living space and not leave old food just on the ground.
She's saying that having a cat reminds her to be cleaner and more careful because the cat lives there too, and it's her responsibility.
She really relaxes me. A cat is basically like a furry hot water bottle with a face. If you picture that literally, it's not very relaxing.
She really relaxes me. This means the cat helps her feel calm, peaceful, and less stressed. A cat is basically like a furry hot water bottle with a face. This is a funny comparison, a metaphor. A hot water bottle is something people use to stay warm and feel cozy, often in bed. So she's saying, the cat is like a living, warm comfort item. If you picture that literally, it's not very relaxing. This means, if you actually imagine a real hot water bottle with a face and fur, it would look kind of weird, not relaxing at all. She's making a joke. Her metaphor sounds sweet, but if you take it too seriously, it becomes a little strange or creepy.
I mean, also, she's just so cute. Oh my god, it's physically painful. Please make her leave the room.
I mean, also, she's just so cute. Oh my god, it's physically painful. Please make her leave the room. This sentence is funny and dramatic on purpose. Let's break it down. I mean, also, she's adding one more reason why she loves her cat. She's just so cute. Oh my god, she's overwhelmed by how adorable her cat is. It's physically painful. This is an exaggerated expression, not real pain. She means the cat is so cute that it's emotionally overwhelming, almost too much to handle. Please make her leave the room. She's joking that the cuteness is too strong, so the cat needs to leave before she melts from how adorable it is. Overall, she's using humor and exaggeration to show how deeply she loves her cat. It's playful and very natural in spoken English.
My cat gets stuff out of this too. Food, shelter, water, the power trio.
My cat gets stuff out of this too. This means it's not just me who benefits. My cat also gets something from this relationship. Get stuff out of this equals gain something, receives benefits. Food, shelter, water, the power trio. This is a funny nickname. Food, shelter, and water are the three most important things any pet needs. By calling them the power trio, she's joking that these three basic needs are like a famous, unbeatable team, like a superhero group or a legendary music band. So she's saying, my cat gets the essentials: food, a safe place to live, and water. That's a pretty great deal for her. The explanation is done, so let's hear the native sound again.
There are a lot of great things about owning a cat. Great for me. Selfish. She gives me a sense of routine and purpose. She makes me responsible for someone other than myself, which in turn makes me more responsible for myself because I have to remember to do things like clean up my living space and not leave old food just on the ground. She really relaxes me. A cat is basically like a furry hot water bottle with a face. If you picture that literally, it's not very relaxing. I mean, also, she's just so cute. Oh my god, it's physically painful. Please make her leave the room. My cat gets stuff out of this too. Food, shelter, water, the power trio.
This time, let's take three key expressions from the native audio and turn them into practical, everyday sentences. The first one is a sense of routine and purpose. A sense of routine and purpose means that something helps you feel structure and meaning in your daily life. For example, studying English every day gives me a sense of routine and purpose. Another example, going to the gym gives me a sense of routine and purpose. Let's practice this sentence 3 times together. Studying English every day gives me a sense of routine and purpose. Studying English every day gives me a sense of routine and purpose. Studying English every day gives me a sense of routine and purpose. Great! The second expression is in turn. In turn means as a result or because of that. For example, helping others in turn makes me feel happier. Another example, learning English in turn opens more opportunities. Let's practice this sentence 3 times together. Learning English in turn opens more opportunities. Learning English in turn opens more opportunities. Learning English in turn opens more opportunities. The third expression is have to remember. Have to remember means you must not forget to do something. For example, I have to remember to call my mom tonight. Another example, I have to remember to bring my homework tomorrow. Let's practice this sentence 3 times together. I have to remember to call my mom tonight. I have to remember to call my mom tonight. I have to remember to call my mom tonight. Today, we focused on 3 key expressions. The more you practice these, the more naturally they'll come out in your everyday English. Now let's listen to the native audio last time before we finish up part 2 with a podcast review.
There are a lot of great things about owning a cat. Great for me. Selfish. She gives me a sense of routine and purpose. She makes me responsible for someone other than myself, which in turn makes me more responsible for myself because I have to remember to do things like clean up my living space and not leave old food just on the ground. She really relaxes me. A cat is basically like a furry hot water bottle with a face. If you picture that literally, it's not very relaxing. I mean, also she's just so cute. Oh my god, it's physically painful. Please make her leave the room. My cat gets stuff out of this too. Food, shelter, water, the power trio.
Now, let's listen to how the podcasters interpret and talk about this native audio clip.
So today we're doing something a bit different. We're cracking open just one single short audio clip. It's about, well, cat ownership, something pretty familiar, but we want to uncover the surprising linguistic secrets kind of hidden in there, our mission, to pull out those core insights, those, surprising little nuggets about how we really talk.
Yeah, and what's so interesting, I think, is that it's not just about cats, right? It's a really great window into how we use humor and exaggeration to talk about feelings that are actually like really intense. Yeah. This clip just nails that natural, casual English feel.
It really does. And it kicks off with this expression that definitely grabbed my attention. It's physically painful. Yeah. The speaker says her cat is so cute, it's physically painful. Now, obviously, she doesn't mean real pain. So what's actually going on there, linguistically speaking? Using pain for something so positive. What does that tell us?
That's a great point. It's more than just hyperbole, I'd say. It's kind of fascinating how we reach for these extreme words when, the normal ones just don't cut it for intense feelings. Like overwhelming cuteness. It creates this sort of shared feeling, like you're almost invited to feel it too. It's like a shortcut for emotions that are hard to describe.
A shortcut. Yeah, I like that. And okay, beyond the cuteness thing, there's another layer here I found interesting. The speaker, she quickly pivots, right? And jokingly admits some of the benefits are, quote, great for me, selfish. What about that? That kind of self-deprecating humor? Does admitting it's selfish actually make her sound more genuine?
Exactly. That little bit of self-aware humor, it sort of disarms you, doesn't it? Makes her very relatable. It shows she really gets that, we often look for comfort, for purpose, and how sometimes taking responsibility for something else like a pet can shape our own routines, give us purpose. It highlights that caring for others often, benefits us too.
Right. And then we get to the ultimate comfort image. She calls her cat a furry hot water bottle with a face. What's the linguistic magic there? Because it creates such a vivid, warm picture, even though she immediately jokes, if you picture that literally, it's not very relaxing.
Oh, it's a fantastic metaphor, isn't it? Just brilliant. It pulls together that physical warmth, the cozy feeling of a hot water bottle with the emotional connection you get from a living thing, the personality, the face. It's that imaginative language again, showing how we mix concepts to explain complex feelings, warmth, but personal warmth. Yeah. And delivered with that same sort of charming, self-aware humor.
Absolutely. And okay, while the owner's clearly getting a lot out of this, she does acknowledge the cat gets stuff out of this too, what she calls the power trio, food, shelter, and water. It's framed so playfully, that give and take.
It is. It's simple but witty, right? Turning basic needs into a power trio. It frames the whole relationship as, mutually beneficial, even if one side's benefits are more fundamental. It just underlines how, even in casual chat, we use language playfully to understand our relationships with pets, with people, whatever.
So when we boil it all down, what have we really unpacked from just this, seemingly everyday chat about a cat? We've seen pain become this playful exaggeration for intense positive feeling. We saw how admitting something is selfish can actually show authenticity, maybe even personal growth, and how a furry hot water bottle paints this amazing picture of comfort and connection. Even the cat's basic needs get elevated to this power trio. It's all there in the texture of everyday English.
It really demonstrates how much insight, how much of the human experience can be tucked away in a simple conversation about a pet. And understanding these nuances, I think, really helps you get the real depth of natural conversation.
So here's something to think about. If it's physically painful can describe overwhelming cuteness, what other pains or maybe other extreme expressions do we all use? Things that aren't literal at all, but maybe they reveal our deepest, most intense feelings. Just think how often we use that kind of hyperbole, maybe because words alone just don't quite capture it. Okay, thanks for diving deep with us today.
That's it for today. By continuing to listen to native audio and then exploring it through various interpretations and explanations, your English skills will steadily improve. Have a great day.